Hey, dear all, you may have read the sad news that a teacher named Samuel Paty, who taught at a suburban school in Paris, was beheaded while the murderer chanted, "Praise the Supreme Lord of the minority faith." I have translated his battle cry to avoid censor. The murderer is an 18-year-old refugee of minority faith and of Chechen origin. The young terrorist then uploaded the gory picture of the severed head of the teacher on Twitter and wrote, "In the name of A, the most gracious, the most merciful." Please let that sink in. To President Emmanuel Macron, leader of the infidels, I have executed one of your hellhounds who dared to belittle Prophet M. So, why such diabolical hatred for the teacher? Because Samuel Paty was teaching freedom of expression and free speech to his students. For context, he shared Charlie Hebdo caricatures as these were a part of the current conversation. Before starting the class, he invited pupils of the minority faith to leave, advising them that he would be showing a caricature of M that might cause offense as per their religion. Let's remember that for minorities, any depiction of the Prophet is blasphemous. A parent described the teacher's actions as done out of kindness and respect for the faith. The parent added that according to his son, Samuel Paty was super nice, super friendly, super kind teacher. So the heinous attack on a teacher was for carrying out his duty to teach. Lawmakers and teachers' unions hailed the slain teacher's courage for confronting challenging taboos in French society. Freedom of expression is a core tenet of democracy, they said. And students need to understand that blasphemy can shock but is legal. Blood has been spilt before in France over satire targeting minority faith. Islamic militants have killed 12 people in a gun rampage in the office of satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo in 2015 after it published a series of cartoons of the Prophet. Charlie Hebdo tweeted, "Intolerance just reached a new threshold and seems to stop at nothing to impose terror in our country." This incident happened as President Macron's government is working on a bill to address Islamist radicals who authorities claim are creating a parallel society outside the values of the French Republic. Islam is the second largest religion of France with the largest minority population of 5 million in Western Europe. Within hours, the president reached the site of the beheading of the teacher. He told reporters at the scene of the attack that the murder bore the hallmarks of an Islamist terror attack and assured that they won't win. We will act. People will rally in Paris and other French cities on Sunday in a show of solidarity and in defiance of this terror attack. India has faced the brunt of minority terrorism for the longest time. Radicalization is rampant with unmonitored madrasas at every nook and cranny that are getting funded by Indian taxpayers' money and by foreign donations, with free, unchecked access to young, impressionable minds. Nobody knows what goes on over there. The problem is that there is not even a basic acknowledgement that radical intolerance is rampant in the minority faith. A certain scared member of the minority, Dana Navzar, who is himself a teacher in London, complained via a tweet that President Macron used disproportionate force against someone who did a knife crime. And another such member, Abdul Qadir MB, who is some sort of human rights crusader, tweeted that it was highly condemnable mischief of the so-called teacher. He deserved the punishment. Rahul Gandhi's close aide Saket Gokhale used this tragedy to blame Hindus, stating, quote, "What happened in Paris is a classic example of where Sanghi Hindutva mobs are gradually heading in India. They'll push the envelope every day and will have dangerous situations on our hands if Sanghi terrorism isn't controlled and nipped in the bud." End quote. What? So, where then will the solutions come from? The so called intellectuals have one classic response to such increasingly frequent violence. This is not intolerance. Hindus are intolerant. Really. No public representative wants to get involved in this, and us regular people are wary of being tagged an Islamophobe. If you have seen the 3 hour long film called PK, where Shiva consciousness was made fun of in an uninformed, crudest possible manner, you would understand what Hindu tolerance is. Or innumerable Bollywood films, or see how Hindu goddesses are depicted on a daily basis, and you would understand tolerance. When the Hindu pogrom at Delhi riots happens, when love jihad happens, or hundreds of dangerous Rohingyas illegally settle in Jammu, when Kamlesh Tiwari or Ankit Sharma or Rahul Rajput are brutally murdered, and peace reigns in spite of that, you understand tolerance. I can say that we are sitting on a ticking time bomb. What is the solution? What can be done? Please share your thoughts. We will meet tomorrow.